In previous lessons, we looked at graphing the relationships between two variables, x and y, or whatever x and y represent. Normally, though, when you collect information, you just have a table of values, and you don't know whether the relationship is going to be linear, quadratic, exponential, or something else. So what we have to do is we need to be able to use software, computers, to help us figure out what the relationships are so that we can come up with a mathematical model to help us make predictions. Because people often want to know the relationship between two sets of data in order to determine trends or make predictions. You need to have an equation. So what we're going to do in this lesson is use a regression. So a regression is basically starting with a table of values or a scatter plot and getting the computer to analyze what the line or curve of best fit would be. And once we know this, we can tell if the relationship is linear, quadratic, or exponential. So the tool that I'm going to use is Desmos. So desmos.com/calculator. You've used this before if you've been following along with the lessons, but we're going to use it in a different way. So I've got 3 steps here. 1, insert a table. So you go up to the plus sign, insert the table. Then you input values. So then you create your table of values. Once you've done that, the scatter plot will show up on the graph. Underneath your table of values, you're going to start a new formula and you're going to type this in. So if you want to know what the equation of the line of best fit is, you would type this in. If you want to know what the equation of the parabola of best fit is, you would write this in. Or if you want the exponential curve of best fit, you would type this in. So you can see for a line, y equals mx plus b is the form, but we're not writing equals. We're using that squiggly line. That's called a tilde. That tells Desmos that we're not giving it an equation. We want it to give us the equation. x1, y1 just refer to your table of values. So if you have more than one table of values, you might have x2, y2, or something like that. So you want to give it the x and y values that are in your table of values. So once you've written it in the format of the equation you want, it comes up with some numbers here. So if I want the line of best fit, it gives me values for m and b. In this case, for my example, m was 2, b was 2. So the equation would be y equals 2x plus 2. If we look at the parabola of best fit, it's written in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Well, a is 0, b is 2, c is 2. So we can plug those values in for a, b, and c, and we'll get our equation. Or exponential, a, b to the exponent x. Well, it gives us values for a and b, so then we can write our equation. The other thing it tells you is this r squared. So you'll see r squared equals 1, r squared equals 1, r squared equals 0.9703. The r squared value is a measure of how well the line or curve fits the points in your table of values. The closer it is to the value 1, the better the fit. So you can see in this example here, r squared equals 1. That's a perfect fit for a line. You can have an exponential equation to represent this data, but it's not going to fit as well because this is less than 1. R squared is less than 1. So this is kind of a cheat sheet for how to use Desmos. We're going to use that in the following example. A biology student is studying the population growth of a bacterial culture. The mass of the culture is measured every hour, but the initial population at time 0 is unknown. The table shows the observations for the first 7 hours. So here we see the time in hours and the mass of the bacterial culture, and this is missing. So we know after 1 hour the mass was 10, after 2 hours the mass was 21. This is in milligrams. So what we want to do, the goal of this example is to be able to figure out if this data is a linear relationship, a quadratic relationship, or an exponential relationship. And we're going to use Desmos to figure that out. So what would be best is if you had Desmos open and followed along while I'm talking through this example. So the first thing you want to do is take this table of values and plug it into Desmos using the steps provided before. So when you're in Desmos, you go to the plus sign and you add a table. Now don't put any values for when time is 0. Time will be your x, mass will be your y. Your x values are going to start with 1. When x is 1, y is 10. When x is 2, y is 21, etc. So you can pause the video and make your table of values, and then we'll continue on together. So now you should have your table of values input, and you should have a scatter plot on the graph. You might have to zoom out quite a bit to be able to see any of the points, but they are there. The next step is going to be to perform the different regressions. So we're going to perform a linear regression, a quadratic regression, and an exponential regression. So on the previous page, I showed you what to type in to Desmos to get it to do a linear regression for you. So go ahead and do that now. Do it for all 3, and we'll come up with what the equations are. So pause the video and try it, and then we'll meet back here. So if you type in the regression for a linear regression, it gives you a value of m is 75.6429 and b is negative 142.714. So your equation for the line of best fit would be y equals 75.6429x minus 142.714. If you did the quadratic regression, you would have ended up with this equation. If you did the exponential regression, you would have ended up with this equation. The r-squared values would be these. Now let's move along here. Use each equation to calculate the initial mass at time 0. Okay, this is fairly straightforward. For a line, the initial value, well, that's the y-intercept. That's this value right here. So that is the initial mass for the line of best fit. For a quadratic regression, the initial value is this. That's the y-intercept, 66.4286. That's the initial mass at time 0. For the exponential regression, remember the y-intercept is this right here, 11.1712. So that is the initial mass for the exponential regression. So which equation fits the data best? Okay. Well, we've got this r-squared value, so mathematically the one that fits it the best is the one that has r-squared closest to 1. That's this one. Quadratic fits the best. But look at its initial mass, 66 milligrams. If that went here, does that fit with the trend of the data? Not really. We would expect this mass to be less than 10. Because that's the trend. It keeps increasing. So that doesn't really fit very well. Well, what's the next best one? This fits the data the next best. What's its initial value? 11. Well, it's still higher than 10, but it's closer. So I would make the argument that the exponential equation fits the data the best because r-squared is really good. It mathematically goes through more of the points, and the initial value fits the trend better. Which equation fits the data worst? Well, the r-squared value is the worst for the line, and it has a negative initial mass, which makes no sense in the context of what's going on here. So linear obviously fits the data the worst. So I just wanted to go through this example to show you what you can do if you have data. You can figure out what equation would model this the best, and you can use regressions to figure that out. But don't just look at the r-squared value to find out what equation fits your data the best. Also look at whether or not the points actually follow the trend that you're observing.